you're a busy mom, your wife, and a beauty brand founder. What are some ways you sneak in your self-care and wellness?
Well, on my self-care, something I love to do, that was passes from a generation from my grandma to my mom, is just make a moment in the morning to take out a bottle. You get a big glass bottle, preferably blue, like glass, or maybe even brown, but it's preferred to be glass in blue. And you fill it up with water and then put it outside in the sun. So you leave it there so you can drink the water that has been purified by the sun. So you don't need to, I really like this because and then my grandpa used to put like daily, like you grab 2 glasses of water and just like put one side to the other after in the night has been in the moon, like with the moonlight overnight in the morning. Sometimes I do it, not often because I'm going very busy, but I like it maybe on a Friday morning, like trying to finish the week. Like Friday, I don't know, it gets busy because it's Friday and you want to get things out of the door. And I just don't want to start with a go, go, go life. Like go, 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 go. I like to I don't know, we live this life. So I say, I don't want to do the go, go on a Friday. So I take my time and I just grab the 2 glasses of water and pour it. So it's meant to be one of each day of your life. So I just turned 50. So you're going 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then it really just unwinds you. And then that water has oxygen and then you drink it. So it's better. At the end, Sydney has amazing tap water. It's one of the best in the world.
Oh.
People doesn't really need to buy water. Apparently, you don't get sick, like some countries that, in Mexico, in Monterrey, some of us drink tap water. In some other places, they don't. Like people buy the bottled water in plastic. So trying to get to that, separating all those elements that get the plastic water, even is not, I can say it doesn't have any problem as a disease or something, but it also doesn't have any oxygen. And it also, you have to carry the water, it hurts your back. So I just feel water is one of those elements that it's something we have to care of these days. As you know, in the US, it's something very important right now. It's a conversation that we all have to have. And I like to include it in my routine. I like to just bless it, this is my water. It's really important for me to have it. We made of this. We know today, Alzheimer's and so many diseases, your headache at 3:00, everything has to do with the water you have a day. And then maybe we get very busy getting beauty products and stuff, but we're not doing the basics. So I like just to go to the basics and really, give myself that moment of appreciate the water in my life and the time. And time is our most important resource, I guess. And I appreciate your time now with me or the people who's going to listen to this podcast. When somebody gives you their time, it's the most incredible gift because they just, you can't buy it on the shop. And that's why our brand is made from multitaskers and time savers, and just simplify your life with very just daily essentials that are for a good skin day, not too much fastness. We believe in a slow and steady wins the race of pro-aging. And this is why, it just comes to that point that for me, just grabbing one product, like for example, the papaya, the SOS marmalade, is a very simple mix of butters and oils. It doesn't really have anything else. I can say this is 100% natural. Not everything is. It's impossible to make, let's say, a mascara 100% natural. It is not 100%. But in a balm and an oil, it is. And this is particularly that. So I like to just put some time in my skin by just giving some love and a bit of, lymphatic drainage, something simple. You can just, raise your cheeks. Just something. I don't have much time, so I like to curl my fingers, and I just use it as a wash up. I do have a gorgeous washer within the brand, but I don't use it much. I like just to, just use what I have.
Yeah.
I also like to use the stick massage with the pencil, which is really nice. That's so good. So just try to, because at the moment I know I'm going to have trouble with this part because my family has the lines in here. So, everybody has his, I said that you don't heritage much money. You heritage all this genetics of maybe lines and who knows, diabetes or whatever. So I said, I like to just, do a lot of nice, massage with what
That's
I have.
a first, having a massage with an eyebrow pencil too, I must say.
Yeah, basic. That's what I love it. Yes.
So resourceful. And I have heard of the sun water. I have yet to try it. It is on my list to try the sun water. I'm worried about bugs getting in my water. So I'm going to have to put some kind of do you put anything over the glass?
No lid. It's like for example, this one, I have just this bottle, right? And this is my tea of the day. So I have to make sure that I drink. Well, I'm in menopause, VIP lady now. So I need to drink a lot of water. I know, obviously the less the coffee, the less the alcohol, the better. So this is like a Chinese tea, and I just make it and put it in a glass bottle, any glass bottle that I have. I don't really have any special. I don't like to buy bottles. It's just, I don't know. I think it's more pollution than what they actually do. But I have just something simple. I like to use maybe like carry on with me, like in the car, you have a bottle of water, and if you have it in glass, it gets really hot at the moment. It's summer here, and it's the opposite of you guys. So we got
freezing today. Yeah. It was 24 degrees when I woke up.
2 days ago it was like 30 something and just starting to get hot. So if you put a bottle of plastic in your car, it gets really hot, and the plastic particles, they're not good, they're going into the bottle. And same, if you have an aluminum bottle, then the bottle gets actually hot and the water gets hot. In glass, the water goes, it cools down, it stays in the glass, you can have it all day, you can have it 2-3 days, and it doesn't get off, like the water doesn't feel like funny smell or anything. So if you cater for a good drink of water, you gotta have the one in the car, the one with you, the one at the office. So I try to get a bit of bottles around, so I know at the end of the day, I know I have at least 2-3 good liters of water, and that's the best beauty tip. Just simple water.
Yeah, moving the toxins out, keeping hydrated. I love adding molecular hydrogen to my water too. I love doing that. Just, my water always has usually something in it to keep me, like I'll do a peak tea or molecular hydrogen or 𝐝𝐤 like just, things like that. So you mentioned that you just turned 50, and I saw on your Instagram, your 50th birthday was just a couple days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was just on Monday.
It was just on Monday.
I'm a 2nd of December girl, and I'm going to have, hopefully everything goes well, and it's a beautiful day to have a party on the 13th.
I was going to ask you, what were you going to do to celebrate? So you're having a big party on the 13th?
Well, we're actually having the 250 birthday party, we call it. I decided to honor my mom and my father-in-law, because they're the two people we have. I lost my dad just a little bit ago with dementia. He was much older than my mom. He was 82. Yeah, he was very healthy, but just his dementia wasn't the right thing to keep on going. And then my father-in-law, he's amazing. He's 80. He's turning 80. My mother just turned 70. And my sister-in-law 50. So all of us together is 250. So I said, let's make a party together, because I don't really like to be the center of attention. I'm already every day. Obviously, I have a brand with my name on it. I don't know. If I was born again, I think I would not put my name on the brand. And I will have a lot of fun by, putting other people on the spot.
Yeah, that's you sound like my sister too. Just, I don't want to be in the spotlight. That sounds like a really fun party.
I don't want to be, but I am. I'm quite, I'm quite noisy as a person, but I do enjoy to give the spotlight to other people. And I think it's beautiful to see my father-in-law and my sister-in-law and my mom, and we all together can have fun and have a bit of a dance and
oh yeah. Well, happy 50th. You look amazing. I see your glow. And after you gave a couple of tips, now I know why. So, I'm holding some of and I'm going to ask you this in a minute, your favorite Ere Perez, products. But I had somebody on my podcast that recommended your brand, and I asked her to color match for this lipstick. And so she suggested your brand. So that's how I heard about you. And ever since, I have been loving your products. So I did some research. So it sounds like when you first started out that your first product, was it a mascara? Is that correct?
Yeah, my first product was a mascara. I have it right here.
Okay.
The mascara is something that it was simple. It was one easy product, inclusive for everyone. And the one thing that I struggle with, because I have very sensitive eyes. So I needed to make something for myself. and I couldn't find that in the market. And I was just arriving in Sydney. I've been here 26 years, and it's been such a beautiful journey. Really gorgeous, like the way the whole place is made, and everything is so. Australians are incredible at looking after the environment. They're just very, very strong community people and very beautiful with their, Mexico, we love, we're very connected to family, I can say, more than community. Family is very important for a Mexican family. And I love that about my country. But I think family is before the environment. I think in Mexico, family and parties, which I love, are culture vibrancy. But in the US, I saw when I was there how, people is so into, celebrations. You guys are big on celebration. I don't think any country in the world can match that. And I find that something I love about Americans, and all over the US, the celebrations are so strong and so powerful to put community together. But in Australia, I don't think we're very good at celebrations at all. Australia doesn't really have that. You don't really have a Santa running around, in summer. It's quite hot. It's something, I think some people has bring that into light. We do have an Australia Day, but I think what is most important for Australians is that community connection. So most of the events through the year is things that has to do with like Ironman, like people swimming everywhere. And then you got your incredible, the beautiful celebrations that we do also for Aboriginal people, which is, the roots of the country. So many beautiful things that I can see for my friends, how important for them is to come. For example, at schools, my kids were into the public system here in the primary school in Bondi Beach. And it's a great school, and they have a community garden, and they have a beautiful kitchen for the kids that moms teach. And then you go there and you have your peace day, and all the parents are helping the school. It's just so strong, and everybody comes. We have something that's called Nippers, which is creating, getting the kids to become lifesavers. Australia has one of the most strong life-saving programs in the world. And the lifesavers, they come from, my two kids just graduated, my daughter a year ago, and she's 15 now, and my other girl, 13, she just graduated. So one is getting the bronze today. Having a bronze means you are a better swimmer now, and you can actually help in another level. So my 13-year-old, since you're little, you're probably 5, you go to the beach every Sunday, and you will see there's even 200-300 kids, and every year they less and less and less and less until at the end you have maybe 25 or 30 kids that decided to become a lifesaver, which is a volunteer work. So you
and can lots of sunscreen on, and are they in rash guards?
Yes, it's they have their uniform, but it's something that I find that amazing. I never seen that. It's all free. You got all the parents there to come over, and because we care, it's about we're helping the others through life saving, and that's something my kids love it. And like my husband, he's not the biggest swimmer. He likes, you have to come and help. So they do have their own barbecue to raise funds. So when the kids finish swimming, they come up and everybody has something on the caramel, like sausage rolls and things like that. So the parents have also to help to do this, selling drinks, but it's all volunteer. And I find that amazing. So for me, arriving here, and I was at the cafe, my first cafe, I just arrive and sit down and have a latte for the first time in my life. That was 26 years ago. Mexico didn't have latte at all, or, it was not, I think we don't really have, your big cafe brands in the US, they didn't make it in Australia because the cafes here are very strong, the little cafes everywhere. And that latte place, I sit down, is across from the health store who took my first product. And I was just sitting in there, and they had a little jar with sugar and a spoon. And I was like, oh, and I was just arriving from Mexico where the cafes there were in a restaurant, and you have already your sugar inside a little paper, like whatever was that. I remember Sweet and Low and things like that. That was what they used to have in restaurants in the end of the 90s. I arrived here in 99, and I was born in 74. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, and I was like, that's strange. Like they really, everything was very simple. Your cafe with no takeaway cups, just everything really not too much stuff, and I love that. And little by little, I realized also the stores didn't have much. You couldn't find all the beauty brands, all these products, everything that I was used to see in Mexico. And I always just use very simple things. My mom used to give me beetroot to put it on my cheeks, just to put some flush, because she's a hippie
Beet
by
juice?
heart as
Did
well.
you say beet juice?
Beetroot, yes, just the beetroot.
Oh,
just
wow.
the I just place it on my cheeks. Obviously, didn't last long, but it was a good thing for a young girl to don't wear any makeup. So all of these things, and here I was like, okay, this is the place that I actually connected so well, because my grandfather back in Mexico, he was a natural healer, so it was just about, okay, I'm going to do something natural, and I just want to, and that was it. That was how I started.
That is, and so I'm just curious, have you seen a difference between U.S. skincare and makeup versus Australian? Like, what are the differences in your opinion?
Well, I think the biggest difference is that you guys are 10 times bigger as a nation. That's one of the biggest for starters. So the country, as we know, even with elections, is very divided. And you can see there's the women, there's the Gwyneth Paltrows, and then you have your Kim Kardashians.
Oh, yeah.
I think in the market. So I think you go two different people on the streets. I was just there in July, and there is a women. There's two different people there. The people who wears a lot of products and the people who wears nearly nothing. And that's your demographic within the beauty brand. So you also have the brands who cater for one or the other. And then you have what I call, that middle. For me, the middle is Jennifer Aniston. She's in the middle. She kind of does something, but she's not that 100% natural. But she doesn't do extra. She still looks natural. So I always have these three women in my head when I'm planning marketing. I'm talking about my age group, different than the younger girls. Because then you have another demographic. When I talk to my kids, they're big on like TikTok or things like that. Then you go, from the 15 to the 23-year-olds, like they have their different already. There's some girls, you go, don't know. Then you have your artists that, they very crazy, wear a lot of stuff. And then you have your very simple, no makeup on, and this is, like I love Alicia Keys, and she's so natural. And my daughter loves Alicia Keys. She's one of my favorite artists, and how she's just so good in music, but she doesn't need to put too much on herself just to shine as a musician.
She's just naturally gorgeous and just has like flawless skin. And for some of us, so I'm almost 52. I need a little help.
But you see, and that's the thing, and that's what the beauty is of the freedom of beauty, and that's how amazing it is. On the past years, we've been just having a choice. You have the choice and the freedom of do whatever you want with your face, and there's plenty of information. I don't think I can give much of a class. There's so much for people to know online. I mean, everybody knows how to wear a highlighter. It is more adaptability of what goes with you and your life and your routine, more than what is you meant to be doing. Your face is different shape. I don't find that there's such a thing as putting your blush up here or here. It really is your face. What it should say that to you. There's so many ways that, like, your face and mine are so different, and you can say, you have your blush on the side, and then I can put my blush at the front. It is really of a shape more than anything else, and I find it's quite amazing that if we create an atmosphere of trust within your face and yourself, your only face, instead of, just having confidence. And this is why I believe, like in Australia, people had less products. So, in general, the Australian girls in general, they're quite natural around where I live. We also live in a beautiful bubble. And I feel like it's really nice just to have a really good connection of what this is for with your face and yourself, just creating that, nice, beautiful, bright face with your naturality and the way you are. And I think that's really simple.
I love that. You have a beautiful line. When you're getting dressed in the morning, one or two products that you're constantly getting, like what are your star products that you just love? Is it a lip liner? Like, what's your favorite lip liner? Because you have such beautiful colors. I have 3 right here. And do you layer your lip liners?
Well, for me, I'm going to show you one. This is Charm, which I love.
I have Charm.
Look, Charm is Easy Jeans Blue. So I just use it. Like, I'm going to put it on top. It's such an easy color on area and skin. And it's so easy just to also do like a...
Oh, you could do it as your blush too.
Yeah, it's a multitasker. all the colors are multitaskers. So you can do much of a mono element. So what I love about this is that you can layer it. And then I like, for example, I put red on the brown, and then you can have more of a movie color. So the thing is about this, you can just keep going. And they last so long because there's, if you see the one crayon, is way longer than an ordinary lipstick. So it has a lot of product.
I actually didn't know that they were multi-use. So I'm glad you said that. I never put it on as, blush on my cheeks. That is a time
it's so
saver.
Good. Like I always have like a little bag with my sharpener, and I just have it in there in my room, a little box. I have two, like one of my old moisturizers containers. I just put inside the sharpener so I can keep on doing it in there and close it, and I don't need to make because you have it in your bag, and I don't want to like make a mess with the sharpening, because that is what like when you have to bother to carry your bag to get your shopping, so you don't ask for a bag. Is that as people need to, like, if you do want to help the earth, there is an extra work to it, and this is how I find with the Cocoa Crayon. Some girls are like, oh, I can't bother and sharpen my crayon. And it's like, well, you got to bother and do something about it, because the earth needs it right now. We are not very far away for 1.5 degrees. I think we got 7 years now. So we got to really, really, really have a thought about it.
Oh, my goodness. That's a great tip, though, to put your sharpener in one of your like containers so it doesn't get all that, messes up your bag. I'm going to do that, too. I am like learning so much from you already. So I would love to know about, and let the audience know, what some natural ingredients that you strive to put in your products, like jojoba, avocado, like what's central to your products, naturally.
I am more about powerful botanicals and beautiful kitchen ingredients that you find on your pantry in daily use. Everything is about, we got ingredient dignity, which is about ingredients that are not in danger in the world. So I don't choose things that are very rare, that everybody wants to have a whole of it, and then they become on trend. And then you have to have them GMO because you just can't find it. It happens with some ingredients that when they become famous, like avocado are famous now, but it's something that people can have avocados. It's an easy ingredient. Same as oats and beetroots. And we have a beautiful, very simple things that are so, easy to find. Arnica, tomatoes, just all the things that I have, almonds, that you just, so easy. They're everywhere, and they're amazing. They're powerful, super powerful ingredients. So for me, when I try to find what should I have in my products, is what will I don't have, is all the naughty ingredients that I know my body is not able to digest. And that's what it's about. Our liver is the laboratory of the body, and our beautiful kidneys are there. There are two of them, and they're ready to take things out. But sometimes, you got things that are on the liver that are just stopping it, the things to. So when the very simple rules is, I do want to wear makeup, which is already something to put on top of who I am. So if I'm going to wear any makeup, I'm going to try to make the formula as simple as possible. Clean beauty, it is something that we're defining every day. I'm defining clean beauty. I am defining it since many years ago. I consider myself a trailblazer in clean beauty. I had the first waterproof mascara in the world. And
really?
We had, yes, the first one. I think it's still the only one waterproof. I think it's just been launched a couple of days ago. That I haven't tried yet, but I love to try the things also that are from other brands that are thriving in trying to have, less ingredients, or at least natural or best ingredients for the people. I find that for me, I'm already past that moment where my formulas have always been clean, and they've always been. I don't have a liquid eyeliner myself because I can't make it clean on my own standards. So it is something that, people ask, oh, you have this eyeliner. Well, I don't do things that I'm not going to make them just amazing. And I don't want to lie on the label and just say, yeah, this is clean, and it's not. Education is key, I think, for the future of our health and the planet. And everything I do is in the formulation is about less. Less is more, and less is beautiful, and less is beautiful is for the people and the planet. And that's why everything you find on the brand, we don't have more than 18 pieces of ranges of makeup. I've got 10 different skincare products and 10 accessories. In total, there are 100 SKUs because of the different shades. We got a range of 12 going to 16 shades of foundations. So it's really not that much. And it makes it really nice and simple to be able to reach, most people, I always say, from light to dark, and all the beautiful, I got a beautiful mahogany, gorgeous looking foundation. We got really light, we got clients in Norway and in a really beautiful Netherlands and everywhere that they love our products. And I just find that if you just find your 3 essentials, then you got your ingredients sorted. And the bases, obviously you got your natural waxes, your beautiful jojobas, your beautiful almonds. I don't really have one particular ingredient that I use. I always try to create that formula. My husband is a big piece on this. He loves also research like myself. And he's an engineer himself, but he really is very picky when to say no to things, because like not like we go really thoroughly in that the formula is quite good for you, but you can't say I don't think anybody can say you 100% natural or 100% organic or 100%. It's not such a thing. It's not such an accreditation that gives you that. Yes, you can be a clean Sephora brand on their Sephora stands. Yes, you can be a clean something. We are in your clean stores already, as you know. We are in the Credos of the world and the Detox Market and all these beautiful stores, Naturissimo, big stores in the UK. In Australia, we have amazing stores, all these different retailers that are very big on clean beauty. But still on the retailer, there's so many levels of what sustainable means and what clean means. And for me, if you have a brand who's talking about sustainability, it should not even have a pump, you see? And then you have a clean product with a pump, because the pump is just something that you can't recycle, really. You can't do anything about it. It goes to landfill. So I came up with, let's say, okay, I cannot have a pump. What I'm going to do, this is my own decisions. It's not like I read it anywhere. It's just us getting to the point where less is more for us. So an example, if I want to make a blush, then I have 2 parts, aluminum and glass. So 2 inches of each, so you can recycle the 2 parts. But if I'm going to have a mascara, then I'm not going to put it on a bomb. So I need to have one plastic. It doesn't have over shells. It's just one plastic. And if I see some of the eco brands, they put wood on top or they put aluminum on top. But this is an overshell, so it's not a mono element. So it means it's not eco at all. It's even worse because you cannot recycle either.
I did not know that, because I think the wood on top, I'm doing a great job. I'm buying an eco-friendly product.
So this is education. That's why, but that you even listen to this in big panels of sustainability. I just been in one in New York, and I was on the panel myself, and the ideas of people of what sustainable means, I find it quite difficult to comprehend. Like if you're gonna have a beautiful moisturizer in an ordinary plastic jar, just a PET jar who's easy to recycle, and then you want to make it eco, then you make a pouch, like baby food pouch, to refill the container. So how is that better? Because you can't recycle the pouch. So, you can't refill that. Rather just have the product in its own original packaging and buy another one instead of refilling the other. It's just a very catch thing that people are just getting that greenwash of, I just want to feel good about myself and get a refill in a
I have a product that comes,
material.
the refill comes in the pouch, and I thought I was doing a good job because of the refill.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is sustainability is like a religion. There's so many levels of it. You remove the layers like an onion, and they get to the bottom of it but this is, you have to know when you're ready to keep on going, because you need to know it, and that's a process. And something that, I was there in New York, and I was just trying to let people to recycle this lead. And I said, okay, I got a basic biodegradable crayon made out of wood. And then I have this simple lead, which is made out of aluminum, and it has 2 inches. So it has nothing else. So you can actually place it inside an aluminum container, and then you can have so many of them. So you can put them all together and place it on the curbside for recycling. But while I was talking about it, I woke up and I come out of the store, and outside it's just right there, a big black plastic bag of rubbish, because New York doesn't have a recycle system at all, And this is something that you feel they don't have back lanes like in some other cities. They don't have the back lanes for people to put. So all the restaurants and everybody just have at the front. They have to. It is a big problem that the government has to help. But if the citizens are not there yet, how I'm going to train about other things? Like it takes time. It depends where are you in each place in the world. That's why I don't find myself there's such a thing as what is better or worse for it's just your own journey. Like, happens to, I always talk about the story of the beautiful leather jacket that if you want to be a vegan girl, then you're going to have a not very environmentally friendly jacket because it's made out of PVC, which is plastic, and it just goes to landfill when you don't want it anymore. But if you are more of an eco girl, you will buy, let's say, a vintage leather jacket because at the end of its life, it will decompose. So, but it's made out of animal. So you have to choose what person you want to be because you can't be everything. And people, right. I think they need to comprehend that this is a very individual journey. So I want people to really think about it, that your individual changes for the collective good is what we need to do.
That is so insightful. I loved how you explained everything. And you're right, because it can get really overwhelming and you don't know what is good or bad or what clean or not, or sustainable or not. So I loved how you explained everything. So yeah, organic and clean can be really tricky. And a lot of times we need a little bit of science involved too. But for the average consumer, what are a few ingredients that are absolute no's that you don't want to put in that they should look out for to not have in their products?
Well, the beauty industry needs a lot of ingredients just to be, it was born by these ingredients, which are, a lot of ingredients that are man-made, as we know, like plastic, may come from petroleum. A lot of ingredients that are lab-made. There's so many of them that are used widely, but on the other hand, they also needed for other industries. So I don't like to really satanize any ingredient more than just be sure that what I choose.
I mean, like parabens or phthalates or like anything inside your.
You see, I'm concerned about the future. I don't have any of that. Obviously, I am a clean brand. But I don't know how I want to talk about this because there's one thing that I've been thinking a lot, which is the weather is getting really hot. And I'm not sure how long we can preserve, ideally, the future of the beauty without the paraben. So that's why I think we need to be simple in the way we create a product. I think we have to, as humans, we have to use less things in general. So you have less that you need for your body. So, for example, if I'm going to moisturize my face, so then I can do it with a beautiful oil, but some people don't like oils, I know that. So then we have to create an oil that is not so oily, even though it sounds funny, but it is possible. So like example, our nectar, we call it a facial nectar instead of calling it a facial oil. So people doesn't get in their head, it's going to be very oily. It's actually not very oily. You put a little bit and then I put it in the morning today. And I don't look oily, and I am quite hot at the moment because of my hormones. But the same oil, I just clean up under my eyes to remove the mascara, so I don't need to put an extra step into cleaning my eyes with a cleanser. And the oil is even good for my lashes. So I'm saying, in the long run, I think some ingredients are going to be needed to preserve our products, maybe in a couple of years. But for me today, obviously, we have every accreditation you can imagine. We are accredited by PETA. We got the carbon neutral accreditation. We got the UN, United Nations accreditation for our practices. We also been, we have palm, the sustainable palm. We don't use it in all the products. We do have some palm oil in some of them. And as we know, we don't have a lot of the pegs and the silicones. And for me, that's all repetitive ingredients that everybody knows. Obviously, no parabens, no mineral oils, no petrol additives. All of them I don't have. We're quite simple as a formulation. For example, alcohol is quite irritating. So our range is the phenoxyethanol is quite a strong ingredient that is widely used in natural beauty. In clean beauty, people use alcohol is quite hard on sensitive skin. And it's something we don't use. Like in general, our formulations are for sensitive skin. And another ingredients which are very natural, which are very big fragrant essential oils. They're everywhere. People use them a lot in clean beauty and in clean skincare. And I don't really like using them. I think they're quite strong on the skin. I like using them differently, which is for treatments, for drinks. It's like no for my face. Like, I don't want to use argan oil on my face. It is for the hair. It's very thick. and there's a lot of formulations who have argan. I try to just use things where they belong, like if you, let's say you have a butter, like very thick butter, like mango, then you use it on your lips or you use it on your body. You have a lot of different starches. You have cornstarch, which is really lovely on the skin. And then you have rice starch. And then, but then you have your talc, who we don't want it anymore. So the formulations have changed. And now I'm searching what's the new dust, we will use. But because you got to help the earth by using different variety. That's what I don't like to have, like, I am the brand made out of coconut, or I am the brand made out of acai, or I am the brand made out of orange or watermelon, because if you just put too much one ingredient all across, and I was reading yesterday in a lot of the papers now, they say, 𝐲𝐬𝐬 just launched all the products with food photos, it's true, you got to push all different foods. Our range since day one, since 2002, it's always been different food ingredients in every product, and not just have one. We always have such a wide variety of ingredients who make the brand so beautiful and fun. And we survive so many things now by being around for 23 years. And I find that what keeps us alive is that to get that connection with the consumer that really thrives in education and do the right thing, and also in looking beautiful with less products. And I think that's what the end we want for beauty brands.
I would love to know so simple is, especially for me as a mom, like I'm so excited tomorrow that I can, honestly, I'm going to pull it out. I am so excited that I can do my bronzer tomorrow and then my lips and my blush tomorrow at the same time. I was going to ask you, what is a really simple skincare routine that you do at night and the morning with your products? Like,
well, I love in the night, I once a week, I love to do nothing. Don't put anything on your face. Like,
I do that too.
Just have a break. Yes.
I'm an esthetician and I get a lot of heat for that. And that is one of my tips. I do Sunday night. I don't do a thing. I can't believe I met somebody that does that.
Just like maybe Friday night, I don't do nothing, or Thursday night, I don't know.
Let your skin breathe and rest.
Yes, it's nice. So I pretend sometimes I pretend that the world doesn't exist. And this is where you go to, which day is that? You go, okay, there's nothing happening. It's just me and my bathroom or in my next to my bed. And I just go, oh, that's nice. And then when you just say, it's okay. I don't know why it's so much, like in one little jar, you just find so much love to yourself. So you grab the product so I find very simple to have, we just got 2 serums. One is very more nutritive, and it's a green serum, which is very unique. It has a lot of spinach and a lot of chlorophyll, really beautiful. And the other one is what we call 𝐲𝐻𝐻 phytoretinol, which is not a retinol, it's a botanical retinol more than anything. So that's more like a pro-aging product. So I like to just do one serum or the other in the night with a moisturizer. Could be the tomato moisturizer or my SOS papaya marmalade. So something really simple, just 2 things for me. I'm not big on eye creams. I should, because I might get a bit lazy, but I have a really nice one that everyone here at the office loved, the lip and eye butter. I forget to put it on because I don't know, I'm so tired that sometimes I think sleep is better than a moisturizer.
I hear that.
I do, I am working towards a new eye product that I think will be more practical, that I think that you guys will love it. It will be released next year. But I find it that it would do, it could be really, really nice to just make that beautiful, connection with your skincare, as it is really an appointment with yourself. It's like you have an appointment with yourself. You know how you get appointments in the phone and you go, oh, I got a Zoom. I have an appointment this morning very early with Lindsay. I dropped my little boy very early at school, so I could be here at 8 a.m. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And this is, but this is like an appointment with yourself is something you don't do, but we have to.
Right.
And this is how it becomes important to have your 2 beautiful products, or you can do 3 or 4. If you want to do 3, 4, 5, because you can do, you can have your 2 serums, then your eye cream, and then you have your oil, then your moisturizer, or in the morning, then your sunblock or whatever you do. then you have to put less of each. So you can actually be happy with a good makeup routine after it. Because if we have too much of each of the skincare products, then the makeup doesn't sit nicely.
That is true. And exfoliation, because that makes your makeup sit so much nicer when your skin is exfoliated. So,
yes.
This has been so much fun. And I just want to say, thank you for giving your time. Like you mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, that is the most valuable thing that you can give anybody is your time. And we appreciate your time. And we're both moms. How old is your son?
And I got 2 girls, 15, 13, and then my boy 9. 3.
Oh, okay, 9. Yeah. Mine's 19 months. So my husband's going to go get him right now. So I could be doing this podcast and you dropped your son off because you're in Australia and I'm in this, on the East Coast. So yeah, we're moms too.
Beautiful. So good. I'm really, really I love how, having all these women connecting through, positivity. And that's why I love to have time. And time is time to care for people and planet. And it's time to, just think about that you do, you're a little efforts that are maybe not something that people is thinking about what I'm going to do. Well, you do, just trying to change the way you do your routines with less and just try to find that brand that makes you happy, that is trying to do the right thing in whatever you do. Just less is beautiful. It's so beautiful and it's good for everyone to do your individual changes for the collective good of everybody. I love your beautiful skin.
Yes. Well, thank you, Ere, and happy 50th birthday. And I am going to get that nectar balm because I'm just seeing you play with it. And it looks so good. And to be able to put it on my skin at night, so that I'm going to add to cart that nectar balm that you're talking about.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.